Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Morning. ಬಂದಿಲ್ವಾ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ಗೆ?
No, sir.
Okay. You got tested yourself or what?
No, sir, I didn't.
Okay. So we have started college today. You know how many have come?
Nobody.
800 students are supposed to come. Only 3 have come.
Sir.
So that shows it is not safe. So nothing to worry. As long as you can learn something sitting at your comfortable zone, go ahead. If any pressing issues that you need to learn something in the presence of a teacher, discussion, lab, probably only you can take a call. Otherwise, go ahead with whatever the process you are in.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Hope the screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Good. So welcome back to the discussion on lexical analysis, where we were talking about how to use automata or automation theory to design scanners. It's very important from exam perspective. Hence, today's class is completely dedicated for taking some more problems on how this automata can be used for various types of inputs. Okay. So probably I request you to have a paper and pen with you. So today it's more from your end than my end, because I will give some questions which you have to solve and show me the diagrams. Okay. So let us see how it goes now. Fine. Hope you're all ready with paper, pen. So in the previous class, we have seen how automata can be used to design the scanners. In the lexical analysis phase, we have taken a couple of problems and you all could give me the solution. So good. So hopefully today also we'll be able to figure out the solutions. Maybe in the end of the class, we'll take some 3-4 questions that were asked in the exam also. That will give an idea how the questions are being asked in the examination with respect to automata theory of the lexical analysis. Okay. So let us get into. So this is what we have discussed earlier. So we have automata theory, which is basically comprised of states where initial state is represented with a circle with an inward arrow, while the final state is represented with the 2 circles, one circle encircled in the other. That is the final state. In all other cases, any intermediate states will be a single circle. So that is a state. Then one state, another state we transit. We call this a transition, that arrow mark, which projects or points what is the input side, what is the inward side, what is the outward side. And upon some characters, we transit from one state to another state. Which are those input characters is what being mentioned here. That is the idea behind how we will transfer or translate from one state to another state upon the receipt of a particular character. The reason why I have kept this diagram is people use word by name tuples. If you have learned something on automata theory, even in future, if you go in deep, people use a word by name tuple. So there is a concept of a tuple here. So tuple means in a given set, how many values are there? So how many values are here now? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is called as a 5-tuple finite automata, which is written here. Okay, don't worry about this jargon, but this tuple means it will give a complete set, an idea. We are talking example earlier in a bank at 9 a.m. What is the number of customers in the bank? How many employees are there? What is the cash available in the bank? How much cash already left from the bank in the last 1 hour? That is the data, statistics, and those statistics are going to be called as a state of a particular system. Similar lines, these characters what you have used in the information here in the tuple will also talk about at the given point of time how things are going to move in the given automata theory. But in future, whenever you go ahead in deep about this particular thing, you might come across now. Right now, you need not worry about that, but that is a concept with which we have a finite automation, which is called as a 4-tuple or a 5-tuple. The last one is a epsilon, because it's like it may be there, may not be there, like a don't care condition. Otherwise, this 4 will be there. So normally, your finite automata can be a 4-tuple or a 5-tuple, depending upon whether we have a epsilon with it or not. Okay. So nothing to worry, but this is how we know. So this is a starting state. This is the ending state, because 2 circles are there. These are the transitions from 1 to 1. And we have a self loops, which will project to the same state depending upon the type of value we have. So this is a starting and this is a final. So let me know whether these are valid with respect to this particular now. So I have inputs here 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. So is it a valid one with respect to this given diagram? Is it valid?
Yes, sir.
0, 0.
Yes,
So
sir.
you are here now. You have received 0. You will be again here. One more 0. You are here. 1, 1 we have reached here. Since even though I have reached final state, I can't say I have completed my journey because my input is not completed. So one more 1, I will be here only. Another 0, I will come here. 1, I will come here. 0, I will come here. And 1, I will come back. At the receipt of 1, I have reached the final state, and hence I say this is a valid one. How about this?
Valid, sir.
Valid. So the minute you see 1 at the end, 1 means you have reached the final state. In all other cases, you can toggle easily between start state to final state. So it doesn't matter. So if you have 0 here, so let me see what is output for this now. Take 1, 0 here. Is it valid?
No, sir.
No. Why? Because after 1, 1, you have got 0. When you get 0, from final state, you have come back to a normal state. That is the first state. So when output is, when input is completed, you have not reached the final state. So it is going to be invalid. It is not valid. So that is how we identify it. Okay. So with this, let us go to the problems. You can take some exercises. So first one. Write a finite automation for some of the problems what we take now. So first one is recognize an identifier beginning with a letter followed by a sequence of letters or digits. Hope you have done it yesterday last class. If some of you could not, let me know. Otherwise, you will go to the next problem. Recognize an identifier beginning with a letter followed by a sequence of letters or digits. So draw the diagram, and some of you can show to me. I think you can present. Before that, I will stop my presentation. If you let me know, then I will allow you to present. Couple of you can present. Let me see what is the output you have got. So how many states?
Two, sir.
2 states. So one initial, one final. Okay. Next, what is the input?
Sir, for starting node, loop with
Can you
letters.
present? If it is done, you can present. If you present, I will stop my presentation. Is presentation possible to you? Can you see that link with your Google Meet? Hope
Yes, sir.
you can also present. No, I will stop my presentation.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. You present now.
Sir,
Yes. Yes. Okay. What is the question now? Recognize an identifier beginning with a letter followed by a sequence of letters or digits. Right?
yes, sir.
Yeah. So, okay. Now you're writing a proper diagram. You should define what is the letter and what is the digit. You cannot write like this. So what are the letters, alphabets? Alphabets are A to Z, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So in alphabets, we have a lowercase and uppercase. Which alphabets are used for identifiers normally? Which alphabets are used?
Sir, A to Z.
I know A to Z. Lowercase or uppercase?
All, sir.
All are.
Letters.
Normally, in general, you use uppercase or lowercase? You have used C++,
Uppercase.
Java, no? How do you write identifiers? You write in uppercase? Huh? Int A, int B, int radius.
Lowercase.
Then why you are telling uppercase? Are you so confusing or what? So identifiers are always in the lower case. So when you say letter, confusion will start. So your grammar should be unambiguous. You should keep that in mind. Whenever you write a grammar is nothing but a rule. Rule should not have any confusion. Rule should not have any ambiguity. So you should be very, very specific. So a letter means for me, it is a lowercase letter when it comes to an identifier. If you take high uppercase, you can take. But right now, let us go with the lowercase. So we have A to Z. So what to do now? So first correction is don't write states as A and B. You should always write Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3. Don't write A and B. Make that correction. And first state I told, a state is an initial state. You have to represent properly. An initial state is a one which will have an inward arrow. Arrow is missing here. So a circle with an inward arrow is the initial state. And clearly write the double circles in the case of a final state. Don't merge them. There should be clarity. And you should write Q0, Q1, Q2, then A, B, C, D. So nothing wrong if you write A, B, but it is a convention. Tomorrow examiner might miss whatever you write. So better you follow the convention Q0, Q1, Q2, Q3. Okay. Next. So letter means now A, B, C, D up to Z. So how do you represent that? How to mention A to Z? Will you write all ABCDs?
No, sir.
Then what is the solution? But anybody sees, they should know that it is a letter. That to lower case. How do they know? Do you remember we have used a character class in Unix? Any of you remember character class in Unix? Say yes or no. What is a character class? In pattern recognition or regular expression or a wildcards, whichever you remember in Unix, we have used. What is a character class?
Sir, we'll write like A hyphen Z.
That's all? Where is the class
Within
there?
square brackets.
Flower brackets or square brackets?
Square brackets.
So if you write square brackets, that will be A to Z. So you need not write A, B, C, D and all. So when you have a more than couple of characters, it is easy to represent in terms of a class. So A to Z. So just write A hyphen Z. So that shows that from A to Z, that is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H up to Z, all those characters will be considered for the letters. So what is the requirement now? Beginning with the letters, followed by any sequence of letters. Okay. So when I get a letter, for example, ABC is identifier. Can that ABC be considered as the identifier and your automata will solve that, Maithili? If I take ABC, will ABC can be valid as per definition and your diagram also will validate it or not?
Sir, it will be valid, but we have to take minimum of minimum
So,
nodes.
but your diagram does not validate, no? As per diagram, you give ABC. You will be still at initial state only. You are not reaching final state.
Yes, sir.
So,
In place of digits, we'll write both letters and digits, sir.
So first problem here is you should avoid the self loop. You should think first. Okay, when I get A, that also is a final state. When I get A followed by digit is also final state. A followed by another digit, another character is also final state. So you have to think so many options, then only we should be writing the diagram. So can you rewrite the diagram now?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So convention is use Q0, Q1. write A to Z, don't write LET, DIG. Similarly, for numbers, how to write?
0 to 9.
0 to 9, square brackets. That shows character class. Just try to rewrite. So you cannot directly jump to the diagram. You have to think twice. Okay. What are all the possible things? It is given that beginning with a character followed by either a sequence of letters or digits. So character means one more character. So instead of A, it may be A, B, A, Z, A, X. So any characters, that also should be a valid one. So self loop is not advised here. For initial state. You can rewrite and show, Maithili.
Yes, sir.
Meanwhile, others also try. So I can ask anybody, you should be ready to show. It is not only one. This is the way you have to learn, because it's very important, and you should be figuring out how lexical analysis is going to work. This is where your analytical skills will come into picture. You cannot copy. You have to think. Yes. So Q0 is initial state. Upon receiving some input, that is A to Z, again you have written capitals. This should be very, very clear.
Sorry,
You should no. I'm just telling you, nothing to worry. But you should think you are giving something to the compiler. Compiler takes whatever you give as it is. So if you give wrong input, so you are putting yourself into a wrong design. So be careful. So you should not have any ambiguity. So small means small. That's it. You can't even write big even by mistake. So correct it. No problem. So A to Z. Upon receiving A to Z, you reach the Q1. So that is also what we expect. That is, even if it is a character, it should be a valid one. So not only character, it can be a group of characters. So after character, I may get one more character, or I may get one more number character. So any combination is possible. So this diagram is a perfect diagram for the given input. So self loop is supposed to be now in the second, that is the final state, but not in the initial stage, right? So this is the best and efficient diagram for the given requirement of a identifier that begins with a letter followed by a sequence of letters or digits. Fine. So now take one more, modify this, recognize an identifier, that begins with either a character or either a letter or a digit followed by only sequence of letters. Followed by only sequence of letters. Yes, try this. Meanwhile, I'll take attendance. and whomever I call, they should be able to present solution. Asta, Abhinav, Aishwarya,
Present, sir.
Ambarish, Anu,
Present, sir.
Arbaz, Arjun, Ashok,
Present, sir.
Ashok, Benita, Vargavi, Bhavisha,
Present, sir.
Chaitra. Next you show Bhavisha. Will you show Bhavisha?
Sir, I am doing, sir.
Do show once you are done. Chaitra,
Present, sir.
Chatterjee, Diksha,
Present, sir.
Deepika LG,
Present, sir.
Deepika MB,
Present, sir.
Murli Krishna,
Present, sir.
Gangubai, Guriya Kumari,
Present, sir.
Harshit,
Present, sir.
Junjar,
Present, sir.
Kavya,
Present, sir.
Kishore, Lata, Manisha, Manjunath, Nayana,
Present, sir.
Nilanjan,
Yes, sir.
Nishant, Pavitra,
Present, sir.
Maithili,
Present, sir.
Priyanka,
Present, sir.
Pavan, Akash,
Present, sir.
Rajeshwari,
Present, sir.
Rakesh,
Sir, Pawan present, sir.
Rakesh, Ramya, Rashmi,
Present, sir.
Ravi Shankar, Rizwan,
Present, sir.
Vishal,
Present, sir.
Savita, Shruti,
Present, sir.
Sneha,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Present, sir.
Srinidhi, Srinivas,
Present, sir.
Sunil, Vaishnavi,
Present, sir.
Sir, Sunil present, sir.
Vinay. Okay.
Sir, Ramya present, sir.
Okay.
Sir, Sunil present, sir.
Okay.
ಸರ್ ಮಂಜುನಾಥ್
ಎಲ್ಲೋಗಿದ್ದೆ ಮಂಜುನಾಥ್?
Pawan, sir, team, sir.
ಪವನ್ ಆಯ್ತು.
ಸರ್
ಎಲ್ಲೋಗಿದ್ದೆ?
ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಇತ್ತು ಸರ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ.
ಸರಿ ಸರಿ. ಅಲ್ಲ ದೀಪಾವಳಿ ರಜಾ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟ ಅಂತ. ಓಕೆ ಫೈನ್. ಭವಿಷ್ಯ ವಿಲ್ ಶೋ.
ಸರ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್.
ಅಲ್ಲ ಭವಿಷ್ಯ ಯಾಕ ಬರಿತಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ ಮಂಜುನಾಥ್? ಬರಿಬೇಕು, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನೀನೇ.
Sir, doing sir little confusing.
Okay, you tell why you are wasting time. It should not take more than 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, you present what you have done. What is the confusion? That's what we are going to discuss now. The 7-8 problems what you are considering only to understand.
Okay, sir, wait.
Yes. So first question is the question clear? Is the question unambiguous or is there any ambiguity? That's what we have to start. There should not be any ambiguity. When there is ambiguity, you cannot do anything. When you get ambiguity, obviously compiler also will be ambiguous. So there should be clear data or clear input. So is the question clear to you? Is there any ambiguity? Is it possible to misinterpret?
Hello, sir.
Ah,
Is it audible?
not visible. If anybody has done, meanwhile, you can show.
Hello, sir. It's network issue. It's loading like something showing, sir.
Okay.
I think it's rainy here, so I think.
Where are you? Kerala.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Enjoy. Otherwise, a network problem is there or okay all these days?
Like it's, the sim is roaming, sir. So it's also rainy.
Fine.
Sorry, sir. I'm
No, it's
trying. If
No,
I get
no issue.
show.
Yeah. When you get, you can present anytime, no problem. So before that, is there any question regarding the question itself? Is the question clear to you?
No, sir. Yeah, it's understand. I got the question.
But I feel there should be some confusion to you. What is the question? Can you repeat?
Only sequence of letter means like in that a little confused.
No, that's why I purposefully added that. If you look at the previous problem, recognize an identifier beginning with a letter followed by a sequence of letters or digits. No ambiguity. It is clear because we are telling it should begin with a letter followed by either sequence of letters or digits. Maybe, may or may not be. But now the question is identifier beginning with a digit. Then what did I say? Beginning with a digit followed by?
So begin with digit or letter followed by sequence of letters.
Begin with a digit or letter followed by sequence of letters. So the sequence of letters, is it mandatory or is it optional? That ambiguity is there, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that's what purposefully given to you because the question should be very clear to you. There should not be any ambiguity. So what we have to understand here. So when it is given, recognize an identifier beginning with a digit or a letter followed by sequence of letters. There is no optional here. It is made mandatory that int A is not an identifier. Int 5 is not an identifier. There is no R option. It is a mandatory to you, meaning that it should begin with either a digit or a character. That is not enough. It should be followed by sequence of letters. That means if I say int 5A, that is a valid identifier. If I say simply int 5, it is not a valid identifier. If I say int 55, it is not a valid identifier because it is not ending with a letter. So like that, depending upon what is asked in the question or what is the rule, accordingly your grammar should be specified. So you have to read the question a couple of times, understand that, and accordingly you have to specify. So the difference between the previous one and this one, maybe both look similar, but there is a huge difference. In the first case, it was clearly given identifier beginning with a letter followed by either a sequence of letters or digits. It may be followed by either a sequence of letters or digits, or may not be also. But here now, beginning with either a letter or a digit, but followed by sequence of letters only, no digits. And it should be followed by, because there is no clarity given whether it is an optional or not. When there is no clarity given for optional, it is a mandatory. So this is how we have to recognize. So if anybody has done, probably you can let me know. You also will have the same two states here. Only thing is where to write what is the question. So instead of A to Z in the previous one, you write it as a to Z, also 0 to 9. So 2 character class will come here between Q0 and Q1 because both are valid. It can be beginning with a character, letter, or it can begin with a digit. So along with A to Z, we have to write 0 to 9. The modification from the previous diagram I am telling. Next, when it comes to the final state, you should end with only by letters, not digits. So that 0 to 9, what is there in the previous diagram, you should remove that. Then it will be the solution for the given requirement. Is it done?
Yes, sir.
Yes. If that is the case, the solution is, that means every time read the question twice. So until you get to know what is actually asked, then only you try to write or practice. So normally it is asked for 8 marks in the examination. So it is not simply writing 2 circles and putting arrows. You have to think properly. Okay. And it is also advised in the examination, whenever you get, write some examples. Take some AAA, BBB, 0101, is it valid or not? Set some 2, 3 and say, this is the valid, this is invalid. Not only simply writing the diagram, but also take some examples and validate if they are valid or not valid. That gives a good impression that you know better about this particular automata. Next, take the third one. Third diagram or third program, or third question. Recognize identifiers. It is a more complicated as we grow. Let us see how you will understand. Recognize an identifier beginning with a letter and followed by beginning with the letter and followed by sequence of letters and digits with underscore in between. Full stop, continue. No identifier should begin or end. No identifier should begin or end with underscore full stop. Next line. No two underscores should be together. No two underscores should be together. So this is the required. This is similar to your C language or C++ language, how to define an identifier. Underscores and everything are brought. So identifier beginning with a letter and followed by sequence of letters and digits, similar to the first one, but we have added some more now. What is that? with underscore in between. So it should have underscore in between because and symbol is there everywhere. So it should have a underscore in between. Then no underscore should be together because two underscore should not be together. So only one underscore if at all you are using. It should be either way having or either side having a characters or a digits. And second, and your identifier should not begin or end with underscore. So these are the restrictions we have. So with this, we need to write the diagram. So try, let us see. So who will volunteer to present? Manjunath? It is slightly complicated one. Try. Let us see how you understand and how you will be able to do that. This means each and every condition, each and every rule that add, however small it is going to make your design complicated. That's what you should understand from this. Even any slightest change you want to make the design or to the rule or grammar, it is going to make a very complex design. So who will volunteer for this now? Think twice, read the question. If any ambiguity, come back to me. But this is a very clear question. If you have any ambiguity, let me know. So it should begin with a character letter, should be followed by a group of or a sequence of letters or numbers and should have one underscore in between. It should not begin with underscore and also should not end with underscore, and no two underscores should be together. Who will try first? Who will show? Manjunath, will you try? Sunil?
Sir,
Yes, who will try? Will you try, Sunil?
sir, doing, sir.
ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ?
ಆಯ್ತು ಬಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ ನೋಡಿ ಸರ್.
ಸ್ಫೂರ್ತಿ?
Sir,
What happened? Tried or
Sir,
not?
doing, sir.
Yeah,
I'm
good.
doing, but confusing, sir, at last.
What is that confusion? Is the question clear? What is
Sir,
expected?
At the end, followed by sequence of letters and digits with underscore in between. But no identifier should begin or end with underscore. That it's confusing, sir, for me.
Why? Why confusing? We are giving rules. No, rules means what? This is what we should be doing, we should not be doing. We are telling what is an identifier. What is an identifier? It should begin with a letter. And it should be followed by sequence of letters and digits and underscore. At the same time, we are also telling when an underscore is there, it should not be last part. It should be followed by something else. And no identifier should begin with underscore. What is ambiguity here? Rules. A intersection, B intersection type. So whatever is done, show to me. Let us see.